Assalamualaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum, Hina, and I want to thank you for coming and talking to me.
Thank
I
you
don't
for
know
having
why
me.
you've chosen me. My life is not that particularly interesting, at least for most people, but I will tell you about myself.
So normally what we do is we start from the very basic.
Okay.
Where were you born?
You know, I was born in Hyderabad, Dakhan. That was way back then, and we moved to Pakistan after the partition. We moved in 1949. Hyderabad was an independent state, and they considered themselves as absolutely independent and will not accede to Pakistan. But it so happened, 1949, the Indians occupied Hyderabad. But the interesting thing was, my mother was with her 5 children alone in the house in Hyderabad, and my father was visiting United States. So the Indian custodians came and told my mother that we have information that you will be moving to Pakistan. So this house now belongs to us. And and he said they gave us 3 hour notice. They said take whatever you want and move. The rest belongs to us. My mother, young mother with 5 children, what could she do? We had a cow, milking cow, a gadi, and few servants. So everybody had to leave, and she just packed everything in a couple of suitcases or a memorabilia, and then she left. And we finally found a way to Karachi. And we were living in a place called PIV Colony with 5 children and my mother. And later on, the government of Pakistan absorbed my father in the services here because he was in the civil service from India. So he got accepted in the civil service of Pakistan. And they gave us a place to live. And later on, we built a house in Garden East. The thing about that house is interesting because it was close to the Qai's Mazar. And I went to school in Karachi, started from Mary Colasso School, and then went to St. Patrick's School. The house was close to the Qai's Mazar, and all the dignitaries who visited Pakistan then, Karachi was the capital, they used to come and pay respects to the Qai's Mazar. And we, as young people, very interested in the foreign dignitaries. You know, we would go and line the streets there and watch who is coming and who's going. So I got to see very interesting personalities: Shah of Iran, Queen Elizabeth, Jawaharlal, nice. And King of Jordan, and a whole lot of people who would come to pay the respects to the Qai. The young people would be very imaginative and fired up. And I mean, we couldn't go abroad then, so we were very happy and talked about the country, and therefore we got interested in all that. So that was my early life. Huh?
And how was school? So, like, you just come from India and you're here in Pakistan, like in Karachi. How was school life for you? What kind of a kid were you?
What kind of student was I? Yeah. School, I was a pretty decent student, and the claim to fame of my class was that we were in the same class as President Musharraf.
Oh.
Yes, so everybody remembers that's the landmark, or that's the timeline for the school. Anyway, he was my classmate, somewhat a naughty kid, and we were very friendly. And then he became important, and he became a general. Until that point, I used to meet him quite regularly. And when he became the president, we wanted to back off. So, but he was gracious, and he would come to my presentations and remembered the old childhood friendship. So that was my school. And then how did I get to the medical school?
Yes, like what made you go into medicine? Or you always wanted to be a doctor? Was it that?
Never wanted to be a doctor.
You did?
Never wanted to be a doctor. My father was a bureaucrat. And as he was, all children, parents are the heroes. And I wanted to join the bureaucracy, especially the foreign service. Visiting the dignitaries and watching them coming, that imbued in me a desire to go into the foreign service. I wanted to be Pakistan's ambassador someplace. So my father called me and says कि मियाँ देखो नौकरी करोगे तो किसी दिन नौकरी जा सकती है और उसके बाद दूसरी नौकरी ढूंढोगे वो भी टेम्पररी होगी तो जब तक हुनर नहीं होगा हाथ में you won't be your own person. बात समझ में आ गई तो मैंने कहा कि then I stopped going to these classes in the college which were catering to the foreign service examination. So I went to pre-medical. जब एग्जाम दिया एंटर का So I didn't get into the medical school.
No way.
No, really, I didn't, because just missed by 1 or 2 marks, and my
Achha.
name was placed on the waiting list.
Achha.
And that was the end of my career. I thought that was the end of my career. So अब तो बात खत्म हो गई है. And my father being in Islamabad, he said, तुम यहाँ आगे रहो, पढ़ो, go to BSc, studying zoology, botany, vertebrates, invertebrates. मैं तो मर गया boredom. So I said, मैं तो खत्म हो गया. And then one fine day, my name from the waiting list number 1, they sent me a note saying, are you still interested in the medical school in Karachi?
Okay.
Was I interested? हमने शाम की ट्रेन पकड़ी और सीधा कराची में आ गए और ज्वाइन कर दिया. बस इतना वो अपने आप पे इतना गुस्सा आ रहा था कि why did I miss the class? तो मुझे 1 साल खराब हुआ ना. I mean, I came too late and they wouldn't let me take the exam and I had to go back all over again. बहुत गुस्सा है अपने आप पे. मैंने I must redress this. And I did all right. And I graduated from the medical school as the best graduate with gold medal and everything. So I thought it was a good response to my disappointment. Finally we did that.
And
So you.
So med school, was it in med school that you decided to ENT? Or
नहीं बिल्कुल वो तो खैर ख्याल भी नहीं
वो कहाँ से आया?
वो ये हुआ कि I was enamored by an ENT surgeon, yes, but final decision नहीं था. पहले तो ये डिसीजन था कि भाई आप कहाँ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट पढ़ने जाएंगे. I'm talking about 1967. अच्छा उस जमाने में everybody went to England, है ना, FRCS, MRCP, ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें होती थी. हमें ऐसा कोई शौक वौक नहीं था इंग्लैंड जाने का. There used to be a TV program called Dr. Kildare उस जमाने में. हमारा TV in 1967 में only came 2 hours in the evening, and one popular show was Dr. Kildare. Dr. Kildare was an intern, a dashing intern, going to the hospital with white jacket, emergency rooms, night calls. Oh, it was so fascinating. Living his life, literally. I said, I'm not going to England, I'm going to United States. My father said, कि तुम किधर जा रहे हो? मैंने कहा नहीं 1 साल के लिए जा रहा हूँ और वापस आ जाऊँगा इंग्लैंड में, do the FRCS and everything. तो उस ज़माने में ये इतना इंटरेस्टिंग बात थी कि अमेरिका जाना इतना आसान था कि I wrote to about 10 places for residency on an aerogram, which was one piece of paper, a stamp लगा होता है, and he mailed it on a regular mail to these hospitals in the United States. In return, I got contracts in the mail, contracts, not contracts in the mail from 3 places, and one even offered me airline tickets कि तुम यहाँ आना चाहते हो तो please come and we'll start in July 1.
And it was in ENT that you were interested in?
No, it was its internship, ना? Start internship. फिर बाद में अब internship की उसके बाद ना decide करना था कि what specialty to take. I was very interested in ophthalmology at one time. Very interested. Ophthalmology just fascinated me. मगर I was associated with an ophthalmologist in my early training में, who was an obnoxious person. And instead of reacting to him, I reacted to the specialty. I said, ऐसे तो specialty करना है मुझे. I mean, he turned me off. Yeah. And then there was an ENT surgeon in my hospital in America, and he got along with me very well. And he was pretty lazy. काम पे आता नहीं था. He gave me all the work to do. Nosebleeds, pack करो, ये करो, वो करो. And finally, I decided, chalo, this is a good line. I'll start there. And then that's how I started in ENT.
Nice. Was it in the US that you met your
Listen, my wife.
Yes.
I knew her from Karachi, but I did not know her very well. I knew who she was. And so I contacted her in the US. I finally found out that she's working in Rhode Island. And I was working in Baltimore, which is quite a distance. And she was in, so I got to meet her. And she would travel down to New York, and I would go from Baltimore to New York. It was a halfway point, and we used to meet. And we just got together, and we decided to spend a life together. So, then we thought we'd get married. अब सवाल ये हुआ कि marry where? In England, in America or Pakistan? My wife is from Ismaili background, although she's not a practicing one, but she's Ismaili background, and her family was quite upset कि किधर जाके तुमने non Ismaili से शादी करने लगी हो. I mean the problems which happen in Pakistan, and both of us decided कि भाई ये इसमें पढ़ना नहीं चाहिए इस चक्कर में. Just get upset about your family, their family. So I asked her, would you like to get married in the States? She said, as long as I'm getting married to you, wherever you want. I said, okay. So my family, two members of my family, sister, they flew down from Pakistan to United States, and we got married in Massachusetts in a mosque. It was a very big wedding of 25 people. Okay. वो तो शादी हो गई. अच्छा, उसके बाद ये हुआ कि then we calculated how much money we both had. And उस ज़माने तनख्वाह होती थी intern की, it's about $6,000 a year.
Okay.
That's it. And she also got the same amount. So in my own salary, I didn't consider myself as rich or anything. But when we put two salaries together, we had enough money. So I asked her, would you like to save the money or shall we go on a honeymoon? And she said, कितनी दफ़ा शादी करता है इंसान, let's go for a honeymoon. I said, ठीक है. So I had a used car, the Mustang गाड़ी थी, was a very prized car. Everybody used to love it. So young and we were just ambitious, and so I said, chalo, let's go. We'll drive all the way to Florida. We're going to a honeymoon. And वहाँ पहुँचने के बाद, then we flew to Bahamas.
Nice.
It was very, very close by, and we went to Bahamas. And पैसे तो थे नहीं अपने पास, तो then गाड़ी कहाँ से खरीदते, तो या रेंट करते, तो we got a motorbike. And she used to sit behind me, and I used to go all over the island. And we had such memorable memories for a week we spent there. बहुत मज़ा आया. Then we came back to. But एक interesting बात ये भी शादी से पहले, which I think you'll find very funny, because we were marrying in America. My parents were here, and I wanted to have the blessings. I'm getting married, so and I decided to call from America and talk to my father. अच्छा, उस ज़माने में कॉल लगती नहीं थी कि फ़ोन मिला दिया, you can talk, no WhatsApp, nothing. So we had to book a call. कॉल मिली एक हफ्ते के बाद. उसने कहा जी 4.5 मिनट की कॉल है, इतने पैसे लगेंगे, इतने टाइम पे आप तैयार रहें. उतने टाइम पे हम तैयार हुए, जरा ट्रेन फ़ोन बजा, इसे my father on the line. एंड कनेक्शन किसी काम का नहीं था. ऑपरेटर बीच में, ही वॉज लिसनिंग एंड आई वॉज स्ट्रगलिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट माय फादर वाज सेइंग, एंड आई वॉज आस्किंग फॉर हिज ब्लेसिंग्स. तो जब बात समझ में नहीं आई, तो बीच में ऑपरेटर मुझसे कह रहा कि वालिद साहब कह रहे हैं कि लड़की अच्छी है, शादी कर लीजिए. मैंने कहा भाई इतने मुबारक अल्फाज अगर तुमसे सुनने होते तो मैं क्यों फ़ोन करता. अच्छा चलो फिर कनेक्ट करता हूँ. So that's how I got the blessings of my family, and that's how I got started life together.
Nice. How many kids do you have?
We have 2 children. हम लोग I have a son and a daughter, and वहाँ पे they went to school, and obviously my wife moved from Rhode Island to Baltimore. And later on, I started my residency in ENT in Detroit, at Henry Ford Hospital में. So बच्चे वहीं पैदा हुए, they used to go to school and college. But since the time my wife and we married, she kept on saying Pakistan चलेंगे. I want to go back to Pakistan. अच्छा, फिर हमने वहाँ से after residency, I started private practice in a city called Flint, Michigan. And it was quite a busy practice, and I was very happy doing head and neck surgery, otology वगैरह. But my wife was not happy, and though she's an infectious disease specialist, वो मुझसे कहती थी कि क्या रहना है इस मुल्क में, ये तो कोई पर्पस नहीं है इस मुल्क में रहने का, सिर्फ पैसे कमाते हैं. वी गो टू द बैंक ना, लोग तुम्हारा नाम भी नहीं पुकार सकते सही तौर पे, सालाहुद्दीन, कभी कुछ, ये कोई जगह नहीं, वी शुड गो बैक. सो it occurred to me कि वो सही कह रही हैं. And more than that, Pakistan was always in your mind. You want to go back to your family, and we decided to go back. Not because मुल्क के लिए कुछ खिदमत करने का जज्बा था कि जी जाके खिदमत. Very selfish decision. I needed Pakistan. Pakistan could do well without me, but I needed Pakistan very badly. My wife and children. So हम 2 बच्चों को लेकर यहाँ पर आ गए, and we started practicing. I started working in a place called Liaquat National Hospital. अच्छा, after a huge big practice in America, यहाँ पे I used to get 600 rupees a month salary in Liaquat.
No.
Yes, exactly right. 600 रुपये salary थी, and she also got 600 rupees a month salary. But we knew कि we were well trained, and फिर ठीक हो जाएगा मामला. तो अल्लाह का करना ऐसे हुआ कि आगा खान हॉस्पिटल बन गया. And the dean found out that I'm the only American trained ENT surgeon here. So he came to me and he says, I want you to join us and set up the department. So that's how I joined AKU, in 1983.
Oh.
40 some years ago, you know. So that was my start of. But we had interesting times here. उस ज़माने में ये था कि ज़ियाउल हक की हुकूमत थी, and I was the founder member of the Pakistan Doctors Association in United States, APNA, Association of Pakistani Physicians of North America. I organized a conference in Pakistan, first conference of Pakistani doctors here. अच्छा, उससे पहले ये हुआ कि 1980 में ज़ियाउल हक visited United States, President Ziaul Haq, and since I was one of the prominent Pakistanis in the circles of physicians, the embassy asked me if I could meet President Zia. So I said ठीक है, तो we met. He was in Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and I went to meet him. Very interesting meeting. You know, Ziaul Haq had so much time for you. He was very, very personable. 3 दफ़ा हाथ मिलाना, गले मिलना, ये करना. He had all the time in the world. So anyway, तो उनसे मिले, and I told him that we are having a conference in Karachi, and would he accept to be the chief guest? He said, of course, मैं बिल्कुल आऊँगा. ऐसे इतनी बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही है, पहली दफ़ा पाकिस्तानी डॉक्टर्स मुल्क में कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं 1980 में, मैं बिल्कुल आऊँगा डॉक्टर साहब, फिक्र नहीं करना. अच्छा ठीक है. हम खुश हो गए. हमने ऑर्गेनाइज़ कर ली कॉन्फ्रेंस यहाँ पे. कॉन्फ्रेंस जब ऑर्गेनाइज होती है तो यू वांट टू कम अ लिटिल बिट ahead and plan everything. So when I came about 2 weeks before the conference, I called up the military secretary of President Zia, and he says, मुझे तो कुछ याद नहीं है, मुझे तो कुछ बताया नहीं सदर साहब ने. What meeting? मुझे, there is no appointment here, nothing. Now before the meeting started, we had made such a big humdrum in America that President Zia is coming. So many doctors, hundreds of doctors are flying into Karachi for the first meeting. उसने कहा जी President Zia को तो पता भी नहीं है. अच्छा, obviously I was very upset. So I managed to contact the governor of Sindh here, named Abbasi Saab, Governor General Abbasi. So I told him the predicament I was in. So he told me that, look, I don't have any influence on the president's schedule, but what I'll do is I'll try and introduce you and let you and have you meet the president. मैंने कहा that's all I want. आप एक दफ़ा मुझे मिला दे, that's it. तो उसने कहा अच्छा ठीक है. तो he called his secretary and he said कि कैसे हो सकता है. उन्होंने कहा जी President Zia is coming to Karachi to see off the King of Saudi Arabia from Karachi airport. So King Fahad is leaving. एंड तो उसने कहा ठीक है, तो आप इनको वहाँ पे लाइन में खड़ा कर दें एंड मेक श्योर दैट ही गेट्स इंट्रोड्यूस्ड टू प्रेसिडेंट ज़िया. मैंने कहा ठीक है. तो हम लाइन में जाकर खड़े हो गए. बिल्कुल हमारे साथ 15-20 और द मोर इन्फ्लुएंशियल देन माई सेल्फ. आई एम अ यंग डॉक्टर, मुझे कौन पहचानता था वहाँ पे. बड़े बड़े वहाँ पे कंसल्टेंट्स एंड बिजनेसमैन वो स्टैंडिंग टू ग्रीट. ज़िया साहब आए, अस्सलाम वालेकुम किया. हमने भी ट्राई टू walked into the VIP lounge. मैंने कहा चलो जी ख़त्म हो गई हमारी कॉन्फ्रेंस. तो फिर थोड़ी देर बाद वो उनके मिलिट्री सेक्रेटरी केम आउट एंड सेज कि डॉक्टर सलाउद्दीन कौन है. तो आई सेड ओके फाइन. तो ही सेज कि द प्रेसिडेंट विल मीट यू नाउ. तो आई वाज सो थ्रिल्ड कि अब्बासी साहब ने उनसे कहा था ना जो निकाला. ठीक. So I went inside, but before I went in, the military secretary took me aside and says कि देखें डॉक्टर साहब, आपको मैं मिलवा तो रहा हूँ प्रेसिडेंट से, मगर एक शर्त पे कि प्रेसिडेंट साहब सबसे इतनी बातें करती हैं कि हमारा पूरा स्केड्यूल भी नहीं होता. आप बातें तो आप ज़रूर करेंगे उनसे, मगर चाय वाय आप वो ऑफ़र करेंगे, आप नहीं पिएंगे चाय. आपको वो मैंने कहा नहीं, आपको चाय के लिए तो आया नहीं हूँ, मैं तो रिमाइंड करने आए हो. तो मैं तो ये वादा है. मैंने कहा बिल्कुल. सो आई वॉकड इन एंड प्रेसिडेंट ज़िया के साथ मुझे बिठाया, इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ. वो ही सेड यस यस. 2-3 महीने हुए मैंने आई मेट यू इन न्यूयॉर्क में. मैंने कहा बिल्कुल. मैंने कहा जी वो मीटिंग आपने वादा किया था, तो वो आपके मिलिट्री साहब के सेक्रेटरी कहते हैं कि जी कोई स्केड्यूल है ही नहीं. आप कहते ये कैसे हो सकता है. ही कॉल्ड हिम एंड ही सेज कि अच्छा नहीं, आप लिखिए कि ये डेट बता रहे हैं डॉक्टर साहब, इस डेट पे मैं आऊँगा. उन्होंने कहा जी आपका कोई स्केड्यूल नहीं है कराची में, अपॉइंटमेंट और कोई नहीं है. कहते कोई बात नहीं, आई कम स्पेशली फॉर दिस, आप कंफर्म कर दें. उन्होंने कहा अच्छा डॉक्टर साहब आप क्या पियेंगे, ठंडा चाय? नहीं आई डोंट नो. आप कैसे हो सकता है. मैंने कहा इसलिए हो सकता है कि आपके मिलिट्री से इसे वादा लिया है कि मैं आपसे चाय पानी के लिए कुछ भी इनकार करूँगा. He agreed. He said, "Chale, thank you." And he came. He
Nice.
came in, especially in the morning, and it was a grand meeting, and I met him.
Amazing.
And then I moved to Pakistan, and the rest is history. यहाँ पे.
As far as your ENT history is concerned, how does it feel to be such an influential person, somebody who's looked upon by all the ENT surgeons in Pakistan? How do you feel about that? And if you had to tell all the ENT people or people who want to pursue ENT, what would be one message for them?
You know, I don't want to say कि मुझे इतना कोई popular well known हूँ. I suppose age-wise and living in this city for 30-40 years, gradually get to know people. But देखो बात ये है कि यहाँ पर जो ज़्यादातर लोग होते हैं ना, ज़्यादातर ENT surgeons हैं, they are local trains and we're very proud to train them in AKU. आप जो आगा खान की faculty है, all of them have been my residents. We started the department and they're all my residents, you know. So I'm very proud that I did something and I meet people. और क्या मैं एडवाइस कर सकता हूँ लोगों से? बस ये देखें, इफ़ यू वांट टू सक्सीड इन लाइफ तो एम्बिशन होना चाहिए. यू नो, विदाउट एम्बिशन तो काम नहीं चलता ना. ये एंड एम्बिशन में इफ़ यू अचीव फेम विदाउट इंटेग्रिटी, आई डोंट कंसिडर दैट एज सक्सेस, है ना. So fame with integrity is success. Or we live in a poor country. अगर पैसे ही कमाना होता तो हम अमेरिका जाते ही नहीं. And I tell all the people who come to Pakistan कि financially तुम secure होके अमेरिका से आ जाओ. But यहाँ ये मत सोचना कि जी I'm going to build my financial status या बच्चों को बाहर पढ़ाएंगे करेंगे. Not possible. So ये practical advice होती है. सब all those come and discuss with me कि हम आ जाएं पाकिस्तान में. ज़रूर आ जाओ. ऐसा नहीं कि आके फिर चले जाओ वापस. To get your financial status secure, then you can come and spend time here.
So you're not just an ENT surgeon. You're somebody who's interested in history. You're somebody who's interested in photography. You've written books. तो इस तरफ कब से रुझान हुआ और क्या हुआ? What made you come towards history, towards books?
उससे रुझान ये हुआ कि मैं मेरी वाइफ नसीम उम्मी just met. She is the head of the infectious diseases at Indus Hospital. And she and I both love to travel. हाँ, अमेरिका से शौक था, जब भी टाइम मिले तो उनको जेवर बनाने का शौक नहीं था, ट्रैवल करने का शौक था. So I always say that my wife is low maintenance wife, great desire to travel, and I wanted to travel also. तो एक दफ़ा ये हुआ कि some friends made plans with us to go to Damascus. तो हमने कहा ठीक है, they'll meet you from England, we'll meet you in Damascus. तो लास्ट मिनट पे 2-3 days before we leaving तो वो ख़त्म हो गया प्लान. We dropped the plan. So I told Naseem कि अभी प्लान बन गया, we are taking the tickets to go bought the tickets. तो why don't we go to Jerusalem? तो she said Jerusalem मैं नहीं जाऊँगी, so dangerous. ऐसे more dangerous than कराची. कराची तो अभी तो बॉम्ब फट रहे हैं, कभी कुछ. मैंने कहा देखो आजकल कुछ पीस है और कुछ नहीं होगा, लेट्स गो. जिंदगी में अच्छा मौका मिलेगा नहीं. तो जस्ट 2 days प्रिपरेशन में ज़्यादा पढ़ा लिखा नहीं था अबाउट जेरूसलम. वी जस्ट went to Jordan, and Jordan से we crossed the King Hussein Bridge, and we were, हमारे पास पासपोर्ट क्योंकि अमेरिकन था तो कोई मसला नहीं था. तो अमेरिकन पासपोर्ट ओपन्स गेट्स एवरीवेयर, तो स्पेशली इन इजराइल. तो उन्होंने चेकिंग करा के once you get to Israel they don't check anything, you can go wherever you want. But the people who check you are the Palestinians. They want to make sure कि आप मुसलमान हैं, आप मस्जिद अक्सा में जाएंगे या डोम ऑफ द रॉक में जाएंगे तो मुसलमान हैं कि नहीं. So every time you go there they ask you कि आप मुसलमान हैं, यस. तो कलमा पढ़ लिया. फिर उन्होंने कहा जी सूरह फातिहा पढ़े, सूरह वो पढ़े और दो आयतें पढ़ाई. मैंने कहा कि भाई अगर ये दुआए करूँ पूछेंगे तो मैं तो I can't get into the place, you know. Anyway, तो हुआ ये कि then I realized कि मुझे आ तो गया हूँ मैं, देख रहा हूँ चीज़ें, but I don't know what I'm saying. What you don't know, you don't see. So I saw people kissing the walls there in ज़मीन. I don't know what's happening. पता चला यहाँ पे old temple था Jewish का. So anyway, तो I decided कि I'm going to come back. ये नहीं हुई. This is just orders. I'm not just going to be content with this. Come back. Went back home, studied immensely about Jerusalem, right, left, and center, Karen Armstrong, and all the authorities. Then we went back to Jerusalem. And this time it was for about 2 weeks, and went and saw all the cities there, Hebron गए, Bethlehem, West Bank, गजा नहीं जा सकते थे, गजा अलाउ नहीं जाना वहाँ पर. So when I came back, नसीम ने मुझसे कहा कि तुम why don't you give a talk on Jerusalem? लोग तो जानते नहीं जेरूसलम के बारे में. So I went first to Aga Khan Hospital. हमारे डीन को मिला, मैंने कहा I'd like to give a presentation to the university on my travels through Jerusalem. तो he was reluctant, कहने लगे कि देखो बात ये है कि ये Israel is a very sensitive subject और आप इज़राइल पे बोलोगे तो फिर जेरूसलम के बारे में बोलोगे तो why don't you change the topic and say कि travels through the Holy Land.
Same.
So I told him कि if you are hesitant about your first Qibla, so I withdraw my desire to speak to the crowd. I won't speak. So and I said ठीक है, so I withdrew my offer to give a talk at AKU. Then I gave a talk at Sintla, first talk, and I talked about the history, and people thought it was a religious experience for them. They were just tears in their eyes, and it was just like a religious experience for them. So I realized that this is something which is fascinating. And then again, my wife said, why don't you write a book?
Yeah.
I said, हजारों लोगों ने किताबें लिखी हैं जेरूसलम को, मैं अब क्या लिखूंगा? Anyway, I wrote a book and लिखा, मैंने स्क्रिप्ट भेजा to one of the publishers in America, and he wrote a very interesting letter to me. He says कि देखो, you're not a author of repute. You're not a historian, you're a doctor writing a book. Your photographs are good, but I can tell you 1,000 books on Jerusalem and I can show you 1,500 books on Jerusalem with photographs.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll accept your book for publication. Why don't you write it in your own context for Pakistan? I thought, fair enough. So I wrote it, and when it was published, मेरा ख्याल था कोई पढ़ेगा भी नहीं, I was so surprised that it got international recognition, and I was so delighted his work was done. That's how I got into. फिर उसके बाद many lectures, I've just give so many talks about history of Islam and all that. फिर एक के बाद दूसरी किताबें आ गई.
So from whatever you've told me, I think the driving force behind whatever success you've got is your wife.
क्या चीज़?
The driving force behind all the success that you've got and all the ideas that she gives you, it's the wife.
हाँ. She also writes now.
Oh,
She
nice.
writes. She'll give you a book today. She writes about her recent book is about patients and the families in Pakistan, and she really enjoy writing. So हम लोग वहाँ settle हो गए, अब यहाँ पे आ गए. Now I'm retired after 40 years from AKU, and I'm a visiting faculty, but I enjoy still writing. We have 2 children. We visit them very often. My son is an ophthalmologist. I wanted to be an ophthalmologist. Didn't become.
So
now my son is an ophthalmologist. He's been practicing in the States. My daughter is a speech pathologist, and we have 6 grandchildren.
MashaAllah.
So we go back and forth to States and consider